Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Arpita De. A very warm welcome to all of you. The topic for today's discussion is organic farming. Organic farming came into being, or organic farming was started as a response to the environmental harm caused by the uncontrolled use of toxic chemical pesticides and synthetic fertilizer in conventional agriculture. Now, the harm that is being done to the environment by us is a result of what we are doing to satisfy our selfish need. Selfish need in the sense the exponentially growing population has to be fed. Now, in order to feed the population, yield has to be very high. Until there is very high yield, there is no chance to feed the population properly. Now, to satisfy this, a lot of chemical fertilizers or synthetic fertilizers, chemical pesticides are being used in an uncontrolled fashion, and this has led to deterioration of our environment. So, to support the environment, to address this issue, organic farming has come into being. Our motto now is to prioritize planetary health. We should do anything and everything to save Mother Earth. So, we should first know what is organic farming. It is a method of farming that is, that preliminary aims at sustainable agricultural production in an eco-friendly, pollution-free environment and being followed from ancient time in India. And we should keep in mind that it also employs environment-based pest control methods and biofertilizers derived largely from animal and plant wastes and nitrogen-fixing cover plants. Whatever we do, bypassing chemicals are all eco-friendly. Now see, it also uses fewer pesticides, reduces soil erosion, decreases nitrate leaching into groundwater and surface water, and recycles animal wastes back into the farm. So this is our basic concept about organic farming. Now we should also know the most important principles of organic agriculture. Organic agriculture is formally defined by the government. Farmers must be certified for their produce and products to be labeled organic, and there are specific organic standards for crops, animals, and wildcrafted products, and for the processing of agricultural products. See, everything that I'm growing in my farm cannot be labeled as organic. There are certain criteria that are to be met. Until and unless my products are meeting those criteria, I cannot label my product as organic. The government will not permit me to label my product as organic. Now, if you go to the market, you will see two different category. One is the regular one which we buy, and the other is the organic category. It is always labeled as organic and the regular one. So once you label your product as organic, it is implied that you have followed those rules and regulations and you have met the criteria for your products to be labeled as organic. Now, coming to the first principle, it is called the principle of health. Now, organic farming should sustain and enhance the health of soil, plant, animal, human, and planet as one and indivisible by avoiding the use of fertilizers, pesticides, animal drugs, and food additives that may have adverse health effect. So, health is always the biggest wealth anyone can have. So, to promote health, we should do everything that's possible for us to do. Now, what will promote health should be something that is non-toxic, non-polluting. If we are able to avoid using fertilizers, pesticides, unnecessary animal drugs, food additives, these will definitely have a very good effect on our health. Rather, it will promote our health, not only our health, entire health of living organisms on earth as a whole. Next is principle of ecology. It should be based on, that is, organic farming should be based on living ecological systems and cycles. Work with them, emulate them, and help sustain them. Those who produce, process, trade, or consume organic products should protect and benefit the common environment, including landscapes, climate, habitats, biodiversity, air, and water. The biotic as well as abiotic factors are to be considered and kept in mind when we are talking about ecology. Ecology doesn't only imply human beings. Ecology covers everything under the sun. Ecology is an umbrella term that includes environment, landscapes, climate, habitats, biodiversity, air, water, everything that you see around. So to protect that, we should be sensible enough to know what's right and what is wrong. Next comes principle of fairness. Organic agriculture should build on relationships that ensure fairness with regard to the common environment and life opportunities. Fairness requires systems of production, distribution, and trade that are open and equitable and account for real environmental and social costs. Whatever we are doing should give us benefits that can be passed on to the environment as well as our society. It should not harm our social life, our society, neither it should harm the environment. So this fairness, this equilibrium has to be maintained. Next comes the last one is our principle of care. Organic agriculture should be managed in a precautionary and responsible manner to protect the health and well-being of current and future generations and the environment. Whatever we are doing today, it should not have a detrimental effect for our next generation. We should not be so very selfish that whatever we are getting, we will use it, we will exhaust it, we will exhaust everything, and we will keep our next generation at a loss. We should not do like this. Decisions should reflect the values and needs of all who might be affected through transplant and participatory processes. So, our basic concept is what now? A big no to chemicals, chemical fertilizers, chemical pesticides, a big no to it. Apart from the principles and all, we should know certain points, we should keep certain points in mind that will help us to promote organic farming. The soil is maintained by planting and then tilling in cover crops, which help protect the soil from erosion off season and provide additional organic matter. The tilling in of nitrogen fixing cover crops such as clover or alfalfa also adds nitrogen to the soil. Next, the organic pesticides are derived from naturally occurring sources. These include biological agents. They are absolutely eco-friendly. So these include living organisms such as bacteria, Bacillus thuringiensis, which is used to control caterpillar pests, or plant derivatives such as pyrethrins from the dried flower heads of chrysanthemum, or neem oil from the seeds of Azadirachta indica. Mineral-based organic pesticides such as sulfur and copper are also allowed. So these are some additional points that has to be kept in mind in order to promote organic farming. So I hope you have enjoyed discussing and learning organic farming with me. Till then, thank you and goodbye. Stay tuned for many more videos. Bye-bye.